Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine if you aren't familiar with me, but if you are, welcome back. Like, just really get into my skin right now. This is my everyday makeup routine that I normally lean towards just because it is simple. I do get it done within like 10-15 minutes. So this is something that, again, is every day for me if I'm going to be wearing makeup for that day. No more talking. Let's get right into the video so you can see exactly what products I'm using, how I'm using them, and where I'm putting them. Because really, you can't go wrong with this makeup. You really can't. Let's get into it. First thing is, I always like to start off with just getting my hair pulled back, whether that be by clips or by using a headband. Today I am using just a regular like headband, like a pack of 16 off of Amazon. I do have them linked in my Amazon storefront. I'll have that link down below if you guys want to check these out. I wear these headbands literally everywhere I go. So first and foremost, always make sure that your face is clean. What I like to do is actually go in with sunscreen first. So I am going to be using the Hawaiian Tropics sunscreen. I'm just going to put this on my hand. I'm not going to put as much as they recommend, which is like the 2-finger method. So I'm not doing that today. Make sure that you're getting every inch of your face, just because one, it is always good to wear sunscreen whether you're going outside, whether you're sitting in the house. I've seen a lot of articles and things where it's just saying that it is best just that you wear sunscreen as a daily moisturizer. So that's what I've been doing. Next, I am going to go in with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. If you want me to be 100% honest, not sure if this really does anything for me. I feel like my makeup layer is always pretty dewy itself, just because I do moisturize my skin pretty well. So at this point, I'm really just trying to use this up just so I'm not wasting anything. So I know a lot of people like to use brushes whenever they apply their skincare. I'm honestly just too lazy to do that, so I'm just going to use my hands. But one thing I will say, if you are wanting a hydrated base, especially since it is getting a little bit chilly outside and the weather is getting a little bit more dry, it is best that you do your best and moisturize your skin as best as you can with a lot of hydrating products, which is what I've been doing, especially during your nighttime skincare routine. Once I'm finished with that, the next thing I will go into is my brows. I do use the NYX brow glue. With this, I just kind of go in like sweeping motions back and forth on my eyebrow, just so that it can coat every eyebrow hair. And then I'll brush them up with the actual applicator wand that it comes with. And then I will go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills, I want to say this is like the brow sculpting brush, not exactly sure what it's called, but I'll go in and brush my eyebrows up with this brush. There's a flat applicator side that comes with it. I'll take this and I'll just push everything into place. Once I do that, I will take it and then just sweep everything down just like that. So we kind of have like a perfect brow going on. If you have fluffier brows, this is definitely one of my favorite looks that I've seen on the girls with fluffier eyebrows. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Brow brush all my hairs up here, and then flatten them down. If I want to get real cute, I'll go in with my Glossier Brow Flick pen. Today I'm not really going for a dark eyebrow, so I'm just going to leave it as is. I think that these look pretty good if you ask me. I do need to get my eyebrows done so you can kind of see that there are like extra hairs here. But we are going for a more natural, no foundation look. We're trying to make this as quick as possible. 10 minutes or less, maybe 15 minutes or less. So this is the perfect routine, I think, for that. Next, I'm going in with the Radiant Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. This one is in the shade 7.5 medium. With this, I am just going to put a little bit under my eyes here to cover the eye bags, as you guys can see. Put a little bit under this one, and then we will take it up and sweep this way. This just kind of gives us that nice lifted look without dragging our face down as much. I also do like to put a little bit right under my nose, just because I do have a little bit of hyperpigmentation on my upper lip, and then I'll put some on my chin here as well. For now, we're not going to do anything with our nose. We're going to leave it as is, and then we'll come back to it a little bit later. While this is drying down a bit, I will go ahead and go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. This is the contour shade in medium tan. With this, I just put a little bit here. I don't do too much. Again, we aren't going for a full beat, not a full face, so just a tiny bit here. and we'll let that kind of do its thing there. And then I will just put 2 dots on my forehead. I'm gonna go ahead and start to blend out the contour just because I don't want it to dry down too much and then become patchy. One thing I'll say, as you can kind of see with my hand, I'm pushing it up instead of dragging my face down. The whole purpose of this is to just give us more of a lifted look and not bring our face down. As you guys can already see, I do have pretty big cheeks, so I do like to pull all of my makeup up if possible. Still letting our concealer sit here, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Blush Wand. This one is in the shade Rosé You Slay. This one's actually really pretty. And we'll just put a few dots here on our cheeks. And then we'll do the other side as well. I don't really use too much at this time because I am actually going to apply a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and blend most of this out, or as much as I can. This doesn't necessarily have to be perfect since we do have concealer that's really going to cover it. So blending out both sides. As you can see, again, I'm keeping everything pretty high up on my cheekbones and dragging it up into my temples. Now that most of that has been blended out, I am going to go ahead and blend out my concealer. So previously, I was a beauty blender girly, die hard. I used it for everything, but I've recently started to use a lot of brushes. This one is the Hourglass concealer brush, I want to say. This brush is actually really great for getting in those crevices. As you can see, it does kind of have like a little slant to it. So I definitely recommend this brush. I heard that their foundation brush is actually really good as well. I just haven't gotten my hands on that one yet. So I'm just going to go right in and just blend everything out nice and gentle. As you can see, I'm not going too far down on my nose just because I do have this here, and I'll go over that in a second. But I'm going to drag everything right up into my temple here. Don't worry about the line that it kind of creates here because it will get covered whenever we go back over it. I always make sure I go down the sides of my nose as well. And then I'll go ahead and go into my upper lip area. Now that all that is pretty much blended out, we're gonna go ahead and move on to contouring our nose and making it a little bit more snatched. So I'm going back in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Stick, and we're just gonna add a few dots to the sides of our nose here. And then I'll also bring it right up under my nose as well. And then I'll do right up under my eyebrows. In my opinion, this gives me a really pretty shadow right up under my eyebrows. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this one out because I don't want this one to dry down as much. So keep this one, again, going in with a brush. Keep this line as straight as you can. Again, we are gonna be going over it with concealer. So as you can see, it all kind of comes together right up under that eyebrow, and it brings it right down into your nose. Don't worry, I know it is a little dark right now. Again, we are going in with concealer. Now that that's done, I am going to go ahead and add a little bit more concealer onto my nose here. And then I'm going a little bit more right up under my eyes. While this is drying down, I am going to go ahead and go in with the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. This one is in the shade Light Medium. I use this one as a bronzer. Since I'm going for more of a natural dewy look, I do use the Skin Enhancer because I don't want to use a powder to dry my face out more than it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead, go lightly over our cheekbones here. Now this is where we're going to come in and blend out that line there that we have on our temple from our concealer. Now that that's blended out, I am going to go ahead, blend out my nose just a little bit here. Now I will say this is the main spot. If I'm going to use a beauty blender, this is where I'll use it, on my actual nose. Tapping that in, I'll get any of the excess product off with the beauty blender. And I'm also gonna go ahead and go back in, and I'm gonna blend one eye at a time. And the reason I'm doing one eye at a time is so I can go ahead and set. To set under my eyes, I am gonna go ahead and go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. This one is in the shade Medium. I'm gonna take a triangle puff, tap that right into the powder here, and press it right into our skin. Do the same thing for the other side. And now that I've went ahead, got the pressed powder there, I'll take the excess and just go on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and right on my chin. Now that we're finished with that and we've set, I am going to go ahead and go in with some more blush. I am going to be using a new blush, so I'm a little bit nervous for this. I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta Cream Blush Powder Duo. This is what we're going in with. Look at how pretty this is. I am obsessed with this blush. I was looking for it everywhere. I finally got my hands on it. So I'm actually going to go in with, let's go in with the cream blush. See how that does. So we're going to just use our blush brush, dap it in here. I'm terrified. And we will just blend in this. Yeah, a little bit goes a long way, I will say that. You don't need too much. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Charlotte Tilbury highlighting wand. A little bit here. I blend this out with my fingers. I'm not really too much of a highlight girly anymore. I don't use that much highlight. The main spot that I will put this is on the tip of my nose and then right down the bridge. Now that our base is pretty much finished, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and we're just going to spray this. If you aren't drenched, you didn't put enough. I always like to take a fan just to dry it down a little bit quicker. Do I want to add mascara to my bottom lashes? I think we should. We're just going to do a little bit. We're not going to do too much. I'm going to quickly do my lips off camera, and I'll be right back and show you guys the finished look. This is the finished result of my everyday less than 10 minute, less than 15 minute, no foundation makeup look. I think that this always comes out amazing. This look is going to eat. When I tell you it's going to eat, just do it. You're gonna love it. It's so fast, so simple, and yet so pretty. Like, really get into it. Like, if you really get into the skin, like, you can still see my natural skin complexion through the layers of makeup. Pretty much see my natural features. You can see the imperfections in my skin. If you really get up close and look, I mean, they're definitely there, which I think brings more of a natural beauty type look into a full face glam, which is something that I've always really loved. I really love to be able to see people's freckles through their makeup. I like to see even the little dark marks you have. I just think that it brings so much character, and it just makes you different from everyone else, of course. I just think that, again, it's gonna eat every single time. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me and what I'm up to. Of course, I like to do everyday vlogs. I like to sit down, do a little bit of makeup, chat with you guys, and things like that. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.